rolling.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And now we are awaiting Jason. We may have started a little late, but we seem to have caught ourselves up. So.
Jason is not here?
No, not yet. He's not due it for another 10 minutes. So.
Move a lighthouse near him or what?
No, I think it's Commissioner Kenny's phone.
Hello?
She seems
Okay,
to not turn it off during her meeting.
We'll
Is that
just
phone?
take a break now.
Yeah, it's a vibrator.
Oh.
Agenda, I guess, first.
Well, we
Jason,
took
was
care
it
of the
mentioned the
phone.
meeting tomorrow, please?
Sure. Yeah, I saw it.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you.
Okay, so current population this morning, we have 50 in-house, 1 weekender, 8 transfers, 3 out on electronic monitoring, 20 on pretrial release for a total population of 82. Took in 15 inmates last week, 11 were repeaters and 14 were released. Repeater charges, 1 came in for 2 warrants. He was booked 2 times in 2 years. 1 for disorderly conduct, harassment, breach of bail, protective custody. Booked 6 times in 13 years. 1 for violation of probation, booked 27 times in 14 years. 1 for operating after suspension, misuse of plates, non-inspected motor vehicle, and violation of probation, booked 4 times in 9 years. 1 for capias, booked 3 times in 2 years. 1 for a violation of parole, booked 15 times in 10 years. 1 for controlled drug act times 3, and possession of explosives, booked 2 times in 2 years. 1 for an arrest warrant times 2, receiving stolen property and acts prohibited, booked 3 times in 6 years. 1 for criminal mischief, criminal threatening, resisting arrest, violation of bail, violation of probation, booked 12 times in 3 years. 1 for simple assault, criminal mischief, booked 2 times in 2 years. 1 for capias, booked 8 times in 3 years. Strogens was in to do their inspection of their HVAC and AC units. A couple of issues that they found. Motor pulleys need to be changed in 3 of the units, the HVACs and the mezzanine. Labor and freight is $1,015.30. With their 10% discount, that comes to $913.70. The outdoor condensing units, 2 condenser fans need to be replaced. 2 contactors with auxiliary contacts and 1 relay and capacitor need to be fixed. Freight and labor comes to $2,044.83. With their discount, it comes down to $1,840.35. Total for all of that is $2,958.53. Currently, in the equipment repair line, I have $7,500 available, so I'd like to have that done.
This is a result of the ice coming off the roof onto the unit?
On the air handlers, the condensers outside. The pulleys upstairs, that's inside, so it's
That's inside, that's just normal wear?
wear and tear.
So what is damage besides it?
The outside, they're condensers, the air conditioning units. They have fans on the top, and with the snow and ice that come off the roof, it's been damaging them since we've opened.
So there's no protection around or something? You cannot protect that?
No, originally we received estimates to move them when we were in the building phase, I believe. Wasn't that correct?
I'm not sure, I don't know.
Because I know that they had done some excavation work to look like they were going to move that pad and move them away from the jail.
Yes.
I don't know what happened
No,
with
that
that.
was, I'm not sure if that was during construction or after they were gonna move it out, because we spotted it right away, the snow coming off the roof's gonna land right on it. And they were gonna put up some kind of a temporary thing up on the roof to divert the ice, and that was after the fact.
Okay. Okay. Can I go ahead and have
So,
that work done?
I'll move that Jason take care of the roughly less than $3,000 worth of work with who's the
Trojans.
outfit?
Trojans. Mhm.
I'll second that, but I do have a question. How are we going to avoid having this occur again?
Well, I think we would want to make some capital improvements and have those things moved and put some money in the budget to have those moved.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Because if it's happened now,
It'll
it's
happen again.
invariably going to happen again.
Mhm.
Yes, Mr. Bass?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Why isn't somebody responsible for this? I sat here 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, I think after the first winter, when they came down and took the units out, and they were going to build, it was after it was built, and they were gonna fix it, and if they never fixed it, why isn't somebody else responsible?
Good question.
I mean, I can see if it was only damaged for the first time now, but it was damaged at least 6 years ago, or 5 years ago.
Get an estimate as to what it would cost to move it out, which includes a cement pad.
So if we move this problem doesn't occur anymore? Is that?
We would move them off the building. We'd have to move them away from the building. I would probably guess 10, 12 feet away from the building. Currently they're about 3 feet off the building now. But they're in an area where the pitch off of one of the day rooms comes down this way and another pitch comes down this way, so they're essentially in a corner.
Catch it from both roofs.
Right.
Yeah.
So why didn't they do that 5, 6 years ago?
I can't answer that,
Don't
ma'am.
know. All those in support of the any further discussion? All those in support of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstain? I assume you voted yes?
Yeah.
Okay. All, motion passes.
Okay.
Can you give me the numbers again?
Yes, ma'am. The total amount to have all the work done is $2,958.
2000 what?
$2,958.53.
I think we can forget the 53 cents, Jesse.
Okay.
But won't that price go up if you're thinking of moving it?
I think that would be a different work order.
Yeah, that's totally different.
Yes, Ed?
Ed Camo, Brookfield. Jason, is the unit, it's a separate unit, like it's not attached to the building, it's a freestanding unit, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why in the wintertime you just don't cover it?
Because they need to be able to come on,
Yeah.
because what it does, if the temperature in the building gets too hot, the actual air conditioners come on so they can cool the air going into the facility.
So it's not a heat pump, it is an air conditioner only?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. With regards to the red Dodge that we just got from the sheriff's office, we had a brake line break this past week, so we sent it up to Northern Tire for them to repair it. During their inspection process of it, they found that the frame on it is rotted, so it will not pass inspection next year. I wanted to report this as soon as possible
Wait a
because
minute, it won't
It
pass
won't.
inspection next year.
correct.
It passes
So,
inspection this year?
it passed inspection this year, but it will not pass inspection next year.
When is it due for inspection?
Next March.
So, and why was it not passing?
Because of the frame, the frame is rotted.
So if the frame is rotted, it doesn't pass inspection?
Yes.
And last March it did, so the frame was not rotted then?
Or it wasn't to the point where it would actually fail inspection.
And the reason for it rotting is because it sat outside, out in the parking lot, wasn't used, it just sat there and rusted. I have 2 vehicles that have done the same thing. If they just sit there and they don't get used, the gas tank goes, the brake line goes, then the brakes go.
Yep.
It's when they're just set there, and interesting that this happens Representative McConkey didn't feel that we needed a garage for our bus and our van, and I hope he doesn't get a call from Rotary, who paid for those buses, because we can't put them undercover. But that's what happens when vehicles set out and they don't get used.
The vehicles set out there and they get used, then it's not that bad.
Right.
So, of course, you have a lot of people that have no garage and their vehicle is every year outside, and I mean, they're driving.
Yeah, it's just when it sits on wet pavement or grounds or what have you, it rots
It
from
also
underneath.
takes, the life of the car is diminished by not taking
Using
care
it.
of it.
But you're still using a truck now, eh?
Yes, ma'am, because it's
So
still,
you-
it's
yeah.
still road legal.
So you're still
but-
going to drive it till next year.
Mhm. And then after March of next year, I won't be able to use it, and the county won't be able to use it to leave the grounds of the facility.
Well, the possibility then is to get farm plates on it and use it just on campus, and
Mhm.
don't go off campus.
Yep.
It'll pass inspection that way.
Well-
It's either ag plates, and Mr. Babson or Representative Babson, maybe you can correct me. It's either ag or farm. One of them, you can travel 20 miles off the complex.
Is it that far? I thought it was.
Yeah, I think it's 20 miles. I've got farm plates on one of
It's
mine.
15 or 20,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's about $7
Only
or
can be
something.
hauling agricultural products. The farm plate, you can go, I think, anywhere,
One is about $7 to register it, and the
Yep.
other's about $40 to
Yep.
register it.
but you have to be.
Check with Will.
You have to be
Okay.
you can do commercial enterprises with a farm plate
Mhm.
off the location, but the ag is just 15 miles, and
What
I'm
do you,
supposed to be going to work with it.
what do you use the red truck for?
Right now, Joe was using it to run to, like, Indian Mound and do local, and then primarily it was used to do the meal back and forth from the nursing home.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But it was used to transport supplies and go to the local hardware store, Laconia Electric down in Wolfboro, so it was used locally.
But we can still use it for the meals, et cetera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We had TDK fencing come in last week and repair the fence in the loading dock area.
Okay.
That was taken care of. I took 2 inmates in on administrative transfer from Belknap County because there were housing issues over there. Had an
Do
altercation.
they have any of ours?
Do they have? They do have one of ours now.
Alright.
Mhm. Had an altercation in one of the day rooms last week where an inmate needed to be sent out to the hospital. Sheriff's office was contacted to conduct the investigation. Needed to send out.
This was caused by inmates?
Yes. Yep. Needed to send out 2 inmates last Wednesday to the hospital for evaluation. They were treated and returned. One of them since has been bailed and released, so that issue won't reoccur for a little while anyways. The RFPs, I'd like to put RFPs out to deal with the solid Sally Port doors and to replace some of the sealants in their day rooms. The estimates I've received so far, $10,000 for the Sally Port doors and $12,000 to deal with 3 of the day rooms. Total of that, $22,000, and I have $40,000 in my maintenance line to deal with those.
Do you have any
issues.
other items in maintenance that's gonna come up before the end of the year that you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm going to take the air conditioner and those type items out of my equipment repair line, which that's already addressed. I still, with the $22,000 that I have so far, I'll still have $18,000 left in my maintenance line to deal with any issues that come up. And then Representative Babson just wanted me to give a reminder that tomorrow at 9 o'clock is our subcommittee meeting.
I can't be there.
You want to be there?
You wanna be there?
Alright, yep.
Okay.
Is she gonna do that?
Yes, Dana?
Just a couple of questions. One about the altercation, was that just 2 inmates, or was it, a riot, so to
It's just,
speak.
there was 2 inmates.
The other